Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on Happy RC Flyer here on YouTube. Today is Tools and Tips Tuesday, and today we have another tool for you. It's kind of a tool and a tip all in one. If you're a fair weather flyer, then this video is probably not too interesting to you. But those of us that like to play around in the cold all year long, play around with our RCs in the wintertime or the snow, or like this evening, I've been flying this E-flite UMX Twin Otter. I've got some FPV set up on it, and I'll be looking for upcoming video on a UMX sub 250 digital FPV system. But we're out here flying on the frozen pond. It makes a perfect runway when there's snow on the ground and everywhere else. And if you don't like getting your hands cold, then this is for you. This is called a transmitter glove, and these are really nifty. Your transmitter fits in there. It has a little place for your antenna. You don't really need to put your antenna out there because it's just fabric, and it's kind of like a cotton, sort of like a cotton or fleece liner. I'm not sure what you'd call that, but it has a little clear window there. You can look in and see. I have it set up on my Spectrum NX10. A lot of you guys have seen that I've been messing around with some Radio Master and some other types of transmitter and protocols. But this is universal for any type of radio. You can see it's pretty big and floppy. It's got plenty of room for your transmitter. It's got a window so you can see in there and look at your screen, your battery, and your telemetry levels and stuff like that. And then it's got a couple holes here for your arms to go in. And the idea is that you put your transmitter in there through these Velcro patches up on top, and then slide your arms up in and enjoy a warm place to get your dexterity. So it's really important with your transmitter sticks. I'm a thumber, and it's more important for thumbers, but also pinchers. It's important that you have dexterity and be able to feel your fingertips, and when they're numb, it's kind of hard to do that. So we'll be talking about it in today's video. There'll be a link for this in the video description if you want to purchase one. If you don't want to watch the whole video and you just want to see where you can buy one, you can just jump to the link in the video description, and you'll be able to find that there. We'll be talking about another one as well. There are some other options besides just this one. There's this transmitter bag and or glove, and I've tried using that one. I didn't really like that as much, and we'll talk about some issues that I have with that one in the company. But this is the cheapest, most effective one that I've found for sale to date, and this won't break the bank. You guys know that in these tools and tips videos, I like to share budget options, and if I'm spending very much money, I like it to be an RC or a plane or a truck or something like that. I like to kind of direct the money towards where the real fun is. And anyway, we'll talk about it here in a minute. But if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. Subscribing helps grow the channel, and I'm here to help grow the hobby. If you like the unsponsored, unbiased perspective on things from just a hobbyist like myself, then you're at the right place. And unsponsored means that I don't make any money on the videos from YouTube. I don't make any money on the products that I showcase. I bought this with my hard-earned money, just like any of the rest of you would. I didn't get any special discounts on it. There'll be a link in the video description, as I mentioned, and that's the same price that I paid for it. So I don't get any discounts that would encourage me to encourage you to enjoy it. And I feel like that's really important, because when you go to review an item, a lot of items would be really nice if they were free or heavily discounted, but when you're spending your hard-earned money on your hobby, it's important to get things of value. And so I don't make any money on the products, on the videos. No company, I don't have any individual or any company or any entity that's trying to influence me to review certain products or sell certain products. The link in the video description, I really don't care if you use it or not. I make just as much money whether you buy it or not, because I have a job and that's where I make money. So I don't make any money with the videos or YouTube or the products or anything like that. So just to kind of be clear about that and get that out of the way, I think it's important to have an unsponsored perspective when reviewing items. So that way the cost and the value for the money does not is not influenced in my review of it. So take that for what it's worth. That's not a slam on anybody else or anybody else's channel. That's just what I choose to do here. And if you like that, make sure you're subscribed. If you click the bell icon, it will send you a notification when I upload a video in the future. So if you want that feature, then make sure you activate that. Hit the big thumbs up button at the end of the video or anytime throughout if you like this content, if you like these videos. Helps me know what you guys like. And drop a comment or a question if you have one. whether it's about this item or anything in RC in general. I'm out here with an airplane today, but I also mess with cars, trucks, and boats. I mess around with helicopters and drones and pretty much everything. So little stuff, big stuff, and we have some really exciting things in the future planned, Lord willing. We'll see this coming spring and summer. I'm really looking forward to it. I've got some things out of my schedule, so I have more time to play around with RC stuff and hopefully more time to shoot videos. So really looking forward to that. But anyway, drop a comment, question if you have one. I don't have all the answers, but somebody in the comment section does, and I'll try to keep an eye on that. So if you have a question, feel free to drop it in there. And then share this video with a friend that you think might enjoy it. That also helps the channel grow and helps grow the hobby. Like I said, it's all about the hobby and having fun. So this is where you get that pure hobbyist perspective. Anyway, as I mentioned already, this is a transmitter glove, and I really don't know how you pronounce that. I've tried to pronounce it a few different ways off camera and just thought it would be too distracting for me to try to pronounce it for you. So you can see that it's WTO Toy. WTO Toy, maybe that's what it's called. I can't remember, but there'll be a link for it in the video description. I do think that there are a few options. This might be like a knockoff brand. If I remember correctly, and I'll put a card up there on the screen or a little screenshot, but I believe that these are anywhere from like $15 to $25. It depends on where you buy it from, depends on if you have to pay shipping. I purchased this from Amazon because I do really like the Amazon customer service. I do have a Prime membership with them, so when you have a Prime membership, then you don't have to pay shipping on most of the items. So it really just comes down to depending on where you buy it from, which seller, and those sorts of things. So, but I'll have a link for Amazon if you want to purchase these. I think that you can also find them on eBay as well. And like I said, don't worry about using the link in the video description. I don't get any kickbacks. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. I just put those in there so you guys can find the item that I'm talking about in case you can't see it very well. But it works very nice. I have a Spectrum NX10 in here, but you don't have to have a Spectrum radio. This will work with any radio, small or large. And it basically just has some apps up here on top, and I might do a video. I don't know how well you can be able to see. I know we're losing our daylight out here, but it just has some Velcro flaps on the top here that swing in. It's sort of like how you would fold a cardboard box, and then they have little patches of Velcro on them, which you could add more Velcro if you wanted a tighter seal on the top. But it's a very big area. The whole end of it opens up. You could put a large transmitter in there. This NX10 is not really a small transmitter. Some of my drone transmitters are a lot smaller than this, and this has plenty of room in it. You could put even one of the old 72 megahertz transmitters in there, or larger if you wanted to. So that's not an issue. It's universal as far as what transmitter you use. And it has a big window in there, so you can really see what's going on. And you can see in this NX10, the window is as large as the face of the radio. I don't know if you can see that on camera very well, but there's no problem in seeing your joysticks, seeing most of your switches. Now, if I have it down to where I'm looking at the screen on the bottom, it is hard to tell the position of the switches on the very top of my radio. Now, the switches on the face are fine, but that's pretty much what it is amounts to. And then you got some little holes here that you put your arms in to operate your transmitter, and they also have some Velcro tabs on those as well, so you can really open them up if you need a lot of room. You know, if you want to climb inside if it gets really cold. Not really, but they have plenty of room there for whatever size arms you have, or your jacket. You know, the jacket's kind of big around, and so you stuff your arm sleeve up in there, and make sure it's a good seal, and that keeps the wind out. Now, I've heard of some people putting like heated insulators or those little hand heaters and stuff in there. You could probably do that, but it's just a big area, and there's a lot of air volume in there, and so I wouldn't expect it to be something that you could put a hand warmer in there and it's actually going to be really warm. So the idea behind this is mostly just to keep the wind, and you'll find out when you're outside, if you just have a little place to shade you from the breeze, it's really a lot warmer. I was out here flying, and I was really impressed. Now, this is really cold. Not a lot of people are out flying, well, at least not here, but not a lot of my friends are even flying. It's just really cold. You got to be kind of crazy to fly when it's this cold, and I'm just really enthused about RC stuff, so I get out anytime I can. So anyway, you got the idea of how it works. It's just you put your transmitter on top, you look at it through the window there, put your arms in, and you fly. That's how that works. I will take just a minute to caution you on something that's really important, really vital, and a lot of people in RC, I find, even my friends, and a lot of people in the hobby don't really take the time to think about the importance of setting up a throttle cut. If you're out flying by yourself and there's not a chance of a kid or another person picking up your transmitter by accident while you're playing around with the model, then that's kind of on you. I'm not telling you what to do, but when you use a transmitter glove and your transmitter is inside the case, and of course there's nothing really that's rigid, it's just like, it's called a glove. You put it in there and it's just kind of flopping around in there, so there's no like rigidity to it that keeps your radio in a certain area. In other words, that this front face is going to rub on your joystick. So listen to my transmitter, or listen to the airplane when I move this face around. Now I'm pushing on it, but you can totally move stuff around. And if you don't have a throttle cut set up, it's very, very possible to accidentally kick up your throttle while you're setting it down or messing around with it and stuff. So make sure you do have your throttle cut set up. It's not as big of a deal on a UMX plane or maybe a small quad, but it's just not worth it. It's so easy to set up the transmitter throttle cut. If you need help doing that, drop a comment in the comment section or a question about it. There is a video in my playlist on Tools and Tips Tuesday on how to set up your throttle cut on a Spectrum radio, so that's something you want to take the time to do. I did mention that I wanted to look at some other options or share some other options that I have messed around with. And here's another transmitter glove. Now you can see that is quite a bit larger than this WTO Toys. And this one is by a company called Ace Extreme Transmitter Glove, and their signia or their name is on the end of that. I am not going to put a link for this one in the video description, and there's a couple reasons why. One of them is because it's so extremely expensive. So my wife purchased this for me as a gift like a couple years ago, I think, and I shouldn't have, but I asked her how much she paid for it, because I'd feel bad if somebody gets me a gift and it's pretty expensive, and I kind of had an idea that these were not real cheap. I have another friend that really likes these, and maybe he'll see the video and maybe he'll make a comment. I hope that doesn't make anybody feel bad that has one of these, or if the manufacturer, the company, the guys that make these, I think it's a family-owned business. If they happen to see this video, I hope you don't take that wrong. I'm not trying to make you feel bad or anything, but it's extremely expensive for what it is. Now this is made out of more durable material. It's more like, I think, what you would call like denim. I think that's what they'd call that. If it's not, maybe I'll put something different in the video on the side of the screen. Show you some closer pictures of it. But it has a huge window, a lot bigger than what the smaller one does there. And it's clear plastic, and then you have like this denim material. It is insulated as well, and it has this big zipper across the front. So the whole bottom opens up, and you can put whatever kind of transmitter setup in there you want. And it has this little, what would you call that? Like a little sling that you're supposed to throw over your neck. It does not have a place for your antenna to go out the top. I think you can add other stuff, but like I mentioned, it's really expensive. My wife purchased it as a gift, and it was like, I think when she bought it, it was 120 bucks. And I just kind of felt bad for her. I said, thanks for the gift, and it's really cool, but I think we could spend our money better elsewhere. And so we're going to return it. Excuse me. She contacted the company and didn't hear anything back, so never got anything back from the company, and was getting close to the return window on the time to return it. And so we went ahead and sent it back, boxed it up in the original package, sent it back, and I think it was UPS that we sent it back with. That's how we received it, through UPS or FedEx. I can't remember one. When they tried to deliver it said that they made an attempt to deliver, and it said that the sender refused the delivery. And so we thought maybe there's an issue with the address or whatever, but come to find out, the sender, actually the manufacturer, did refuse to return this. And we heard from him later after the time that he refused it, and they finally eventually got back with us, I think by email, and said due to the fact that this was a custom color, this was a custom product, that he doesn't return custom products. And I find that kind of sad, because this is just one of the options on their website. Now maybe he makes these things to order, maybe he just doesn't have them made up ahead of time, but this is just black and blue. And it wasn't our understanding that she was ordering a custom product, so kind of found that disappointing. Wanted to share that with you guys because I feel like the value for the money is really poor. I mean, for the most part, I feel like it's a pretty good quality item. I'm not real impressed with how the sleeves portions are, because this actually has like little sleeves on it, and this one doesn't. It just has like cutouts. You put your hand in there with the Velcro, I think, on the side. So I'm not impressed with the quality, but especially for that kind of money, I don't think it could warrant you know, being an accessory for, I think now I looked on their website just before making this video, and now they cost like 145 bucks, and then it costs more, like an extra $5 or $10 to add like a transmitter hole or a wire hole for headphone jack or whatever that is. So it's just extremely expensive. I don't recommend it, and the customer service was really poor, refusing to return the product, and it was not like a special order item or anything like that. So anyway, that's the scoop on that. Like I said, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but one of the main reasons why I choose to keep this channel unsponsored, not doing affiliate links, and not having people send me free products to review them and just to get them for free, because, you know, somebody could send me this for free and say, hey, you know, tell everybody how great it is. But the reality is, when I purchase something, just like the average person, I'm a customer just like anybody else. I don't get the special treatment. I don't get a special discount on it, and you know, you get a real world experience, and I feel like that's important. So again, just a little plug. If you value that hobbyist perspective that's unsponsored and unbiased, make sure you're subscribed and share the video, share the channel with a friend. But anyway, there it is. Like I said, I'm not going to put a link for this one in the video description. You can look it up. It is called ACE Extreme Transmitter Glove. That's what that's called. But like I said, I feel like 145 bucks for a transmitter glove is too expensive. You're getting close to the price of a transmitter, you know, used Spectrum transmitter. And then, like I said, the customer service was poor to us. Now, that's probably been a couple years ago. Maybe things are different. Hopefully things are different now. And if it is, and if you've had a good experience with it, drop it in the comment section. That definitely helps the company and the products, and want to give a fair shake. So anyway, that's kind of the scoop on that. But if you want the cheaper option, you know, 25 bucks and would get the job done. It's not every day we're out here flying in the cold. I have a job and I work, and I've been really busy with work lately, so that's one of those things that I try to get out and have some fun if I'm not too crazy busy, and can break out here. And I'm gonna get some more flying in before it gets totally dark. But anyway, like I mentioned already, make sure you're subscribed, your notifications are turned on, hit the big like button, drop a comment or a question if you have one, share this video with a friend. Thanks for tuning into this video and watching this episode of Tools and Tips Tuesday, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks for watching.